Hello. Bear with me. I'm just setting stuff up. Okay. Okay. Um I was going to design some sort of like a t-shirt or something simple today. Cuz I had an idea for that, but I got a sillier, more topical, I guess, idea. um I was on Instagram and I saw a video about this like prototype net launcher thing that you could see here on the right. Um it appears to have like four little tubes that hold like some kind of like metal weighted pieces, and then a net in the middle that's like carried inside this plastic piece. You could see that the plastic piece gets like discarded as it launches. And then it launches the net, which wraps around the drone. Um, and it looks like a lot of this is 3D printed. Like on the bottom here, it looks like it's like kind of like modified from a like an existing underbarrel like grenade launcher thing. Um Obviously I can't do that because I'm not designing a gun or a grenade launcher. I am designing a net launcher. Very specific wording, and I have to kind of look into what the what I can use to like legally as the propellant, I guess. Because my initial thought was to use like a like blank ammunition as the propellant, and honestly, that'd be the easiest thing to do. But I think that there is some sort of like maximum amount of payload you can use in like an explosive propellant to keep it from becoming a destructive device, according to the ATF and the U.S. government. And I am not good at reading a bunch of legal speak, but I'm assuming that's kind of like why. That's kind of why you can buy like 22 blanks from the hardware store, but you can't buy like 223 or 9mm or like other blanks um from the hardware store, because I think that those would go over that amount, unfortunately, because that would make it a much more compact, easy to design system, because then you just need like something to capture the force from the gases expelled from the cartridge, and then it would go into these four tubes that would propel these weighted pieces out and pull the net out, and then propel it towards the drone. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I do know that air compress. Sorry, my brain just like compressed air cylinders, like CO2 cylinders, powered launchers are completely legal and okay to fuck around with. So I think that's gonna be what I'm gonna have to power it with. But I'm gonna continue looking into it. Here's that post I found that kind of shows it in use. And yeah, it looks like it's like in a modified, like, Soviet underbarrel grenade launcher with like this cap piece inserted into the end of it that splits the propellant out through the 4 tubes. Which is cool, but not what I'm going to be making. So there's that. And I just took a couple. Whoa. Bro. I just took a couple screenshots from that video so that we could see that the close-up of the object, and then also it in use, so you can see that this 3D printed net like carrier piece is just a throwaway part that kind of just like plops out. And I'm assuming just makes it so it's easier to reload and keeps the net from like tangling with the firearm until you're ready to launch it. It does look like there are a bunch of other kind of versions of this. Well, not this specific one. But there is this thing. So like a lot of this is happening in like Ukraine because of the amount of FPV drones that Russia and Ukraine are using. And if you've seen any pictures or any footage of that, you know that like it's just littered with fiber optic cable from the bigger fiber optic drones, and then there's FPV drones with like grenades essentially attached to them just everywhere. And like there's like netting over highways and sidewalks. And so like the drone thing is very serious over there. And they're starting to use drones like in Iran and stuff. So I thought this would be very topical and also kind of like an interesting project to work on. Like, can we design one of these that can be built with parts from the hardware store and like some basic 3D printed parts? And my thought is the tubes that hold whatever weighted projectiles that carry the net outwards, those could be just like some sort of pipe that is acquired from the hardware store. This base section could be 3D printed. As long as it's like nice and thick and printed out of a like nylon carbon or something more better than like just PLA. Yeah, so this is another one, and this one's interesting. It's like a one-time use thing. I think it says that it's compressed air. Okay, never mind, I lied. Okay, so this is powered by a 7.62 millimeter blank. So yeah, so this is how I wanted to design it, is powered by a blank, because then it can be much more compact and a much simpler mechanism, but I'm not sure I'm able to do that. So right now I'm just going to design like the end part, and then we'll worry about the propellant side of it later. But yeah, you can see that this thing is 3D printed. And it probably has 4 kind of pieces that come out as well, and like a cap that flies off. You can see on it has a pin as like a safety, so like if you need to use it, you just pull the pin and then it's ready to go. And then the top is like explaining that it's like still folded up then, and then unfolds, and then here's its like range, and then after 25 meters it begins to slow down and lose effectiveness. But yeah, super simple, kind of expensive for being a 3D printed doohickey. I don't know what's in there that's $200, but. And then this is another one that is popular, or it's becoming popular in Ukraine. It seems like for the most part, a lot of them are just using shotguns with like birdshot or buckshot. Because like that fucking little flies that live in my plants. I can't get rid of them ever. Anyways, yeah, like buckshot, birdshot would probably be the best because like I think in Ukraine they're using like magazine fed 12 gauge shotguns, and so they've got like 5-10 rounds, plus they can interchange magazines very quickly. My mic is peaking a lot. Sorry, let me see if I can fix this. Testing. I don't really remember how I. Okay. Okay, that's not gonna work. Fuck. Okay. Well, I'll just have to like move the mic farther away from my mouth. Cause I don't remember how I did any of my audio setup at the moment. Yeah, like obviously like a shotgun would be better because if you miss, you can have more chances. Whereas like these ones, like if you miss, you're screwed. So, yeah, but I feel like this, if it's small enough, it could be like kind of just like carrying pepper spray almost, but it's like an anti-drone doohickey. Just like let's say in the not so distant future, there's like drones that are threatening us, or maybe your neighbor has an FPV drone and you don't like them and they're flying their drone in your backyard, then you can just like bloop. Yeah, but you can see this one's pretty cool because like it has, so it's similar design. It has like kind of barrel pieces. I hesitate to call them barrels. These guide tubes that are like fanned outwards, each with a little weight. And then you can see the strings coming down into the inside of this 3D printed thing, which is where the net is like wadded up. And then so when you stick it into here, the little weighted tubes go into these tubes. And then when you fire it, it launches these out this direction, like downwards, if you're looking at this green piece right here, and then pulls the net out of the 3D printed thingy. And yeah, you can see this one. Oh, I love that. There we go. Bam. Yeah, so you can see that he was able to hit that drone from a reasonable distance with this thing. And it just dropped it down. So that's pretty sweet. And again, this is just a 3D printed thing. You can see all the layer markings on there. I'm not exactly sure what this tool is. Probably something to do with replacing the end pieces on it for like reloading, but who knows? I guess this tube probably screws into here, and it's just like a all-inclusive piece. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Yep. All right. So let's see. Ace Hardware. Does Ace Hardware have like a catalog online? Metal pipe. Wow. If only I could. Hello? All right. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure like what like diameter of piping they have available. Maybe McMaster Car has pipe. And I'm looking at McMaster Car because I can download 3D files from them. And like obviously I could model a pipe really fast, but this would be easy to order if I ever want to actually make the thing. I could just order this stuff one click based off the bill of materials from my Solidworks file. Pipe tubing. Oh wow, if only I could read. Oh, look at that. Pipe and pipe fittings. Fluid handling. That's what I'm known for. It's like Juno. She's so good at fluid handling. Yeah, because like these things come already pre-threaded, which is pretty sweet. I don't know if I want threads on both sides. That'd be kind of silly looking. I guess if you got a long enough one, just cut it in half. Low pressure galvanized. Low pressure iron. Pipe. I don't know if the galvan if this stuff's gonna have like soft interior or soft interior. Like a smooth interior. I'm trying to see what it does look like. This is just mild steel piping on this one in the picture. Threaded both ends, both of them. Ooh, threaded one end. Look at that, both. Okay, and they're only like $2 a piece. Length. What's diameter? It doesn't even say. What's going on? Oh, 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch. So the pipe size is that? Does it say how it's measured? Hmm. So these welded ones have like a bead on the inside. I don't want that. This okay. Stainless is C. This is all welded to. Bruh. Seamless. 1/4 inch. Okay. It's like 1/2 inch maybe? 1/2 inch pipe size. Bruh. Okay, 3/8 is it's the largest seamless one. Is that interior diameter, hopefully? 10 inches. Shrub, 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 shrub. It's probably too long. 6 inches. Just right. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so 3/8 is in fact the threading. Interior. Okay, that sounds perfect. Look at that. Bam, bam, bam. Look at that. And like maybe 6 inches is too long. Yeah, that's way too long. Let's go with 4 inches. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. I actually remembered to switch the camera this time instead of just working with the thing the wrong screen the whole dang time. Maybe I should open my own stream up so that I get the bonus of having a person that you watches the whole stream. So I need to have like 3 people watch my stream for like most of the stream on like 4 separate days or like during a week or something ridiculous in order to get to partner or whatever when I can start like monetizing it. All right, so here is start of our doohickey. And then we need that base piece. So I'm gonna just kind of like base my thing off of this one on the right, and then I can like kind of stray from it after I have like a basic form. Because it's kind of hard for me to like think super creatively on the fly while I'm streaming and doing all this stuff. And I don't want to like spend a lot of time just like staring off into space and thinking. So I am going to kind of just build this thing on the right first, and then we can kind of move on from there. And that way, like, theoretically, it could be attached to whatever propellant system I think of, whether it be like compressed air or whatnot. Maybe it'll be like right guard powered, like the old school potato guns. Alright, so we got this, and alright, so we're gonna make our cylinder. Let's see, is this in custom? I do. Okay, so that is in inches. So I guess we'll work in inches, just to make it simple, unfortunately. Outer diameter is 0.675. What is that? Is that 5/8? Okay. Yeah, so we have to mount 4 of these tubes to this cylinder in order to like make the base of our net launcher. So if this is 5/8, then let's just put a 5/8 circle in here and see. So we have a kind of sample. Is 6? I'm an idiot. 625. Wait, what is 675 then? Fractions. Okay. Okay. So, and then these are going to angle outwards. And since it's going to be 3D printed, we want to kind of... Oh, I love when it just doesn't connect to fucking origin like it's supposed to. Okay, 2.25 inches. 2.25. All right, that's manageable. Okay. All right, we're going to have to figure out how to put the threads in there, but I am curious. Let's see what angle this. That's 5. That's not 4. Whee. Okay, there we go. Look at that. That's pretty sweet. Through the miracles of 3D printing, we could print this. Okay. And then we have, let's see, 4 of these. Probably want a bit larger kind of diameter space in the bottom to fill with propellant or whatever it's happening. 1.5. What? Am I silly? halfway up. Let's do that. Nope. Oh, wrong button. Okay. So now we have a sketch of the kind of intersect or the shape up there. We got this bottom sketch here. 0.25 sounds better. Bam. Okay. Mm. Okay. Start constraint. So I want there to be a bit of just straight wall at the bottom so that like this can fit into something at the bottom. All right. Cool. Got that. Spending too much time on this, but I want to make this more exact or more smooth. Sorry, I'm just like using words randomly. Cool. All right. So here's this. I still got to figure out like the threading stuff, but let's make a kind of cone shape on the top of this thing, I think. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, I'm doing well. Just designing silly things. How are you doing? Oh, I may have missed them. Oh, you're still here. Cool. That's awesome. I am decided today that I wanted to design a net launcher to take drones out of the sky because I thought that would be fun. And like unfortunately kind of topical these days. So, yeah, that's what we're making at the moment. Yeah, so far we have kind of like a main kind of cylinder piece that would be 3D printed, and then it attaches to these 4 pipe things, um, which would have kind of like little weighted metal pieces in them. I'm basing it off of this thing on the far right that I saw a video of it on Instagram this morning while I was in the shower. Um, and it has this like here's my other image. So it has this kind of plastic cone piece in the middle. And there's like a net stuffed in there, and then there's like 4 little metal pieces, and then there'd be some sort of propellant, whether it be like CO2 or pyrotechnic, we'll call it, and it would propel these little metal pieces out, which would then pull the net out onto the drone. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it actually works before you call me very talented. But yeah. I don't know if I want it sticking out at this angle, to be honest. I think that's like too much of an angle. Let's make it 2.5-inch diameter so we have more room. Eight degrees, maybe. Oh, hey Zerg. How are you doing? Yeah, I'd love to work on some wheels again soon. I could do that whenever. Always love doing those. Alright, that's a little bit better. Oh yeah, there we go. Updated it. Yeah, so now it's a bit I was worried that if it was like angled too far out, I think that like the net would kind of just go out more instead of forward, so it'd have like less range. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the next wheel design idea is. Um, I was doing my little kind of VSKF spin off the other day. Yeah, I don't know. I have to so I have to get to whatever it's called. I have to get to affiliate, um which the things in the way of me be getting to affiliate would be I need like 13 more followers, but the hard one would be it says I need to have minimum of 3 average viewers on 4 different days. Um and I think average viewers is like they need to be kind of like watching for most of the stream is my assumption. Um all right, so we kind of have our little collector of our doohickey. Um, and then I think the next step will be kind of creating the raft, if you will, that holds the net. You could probably stick into the bottom here. How does this thing keep forgetting where stuff is, my dude? So I think there'd be kind of like a little locator pin in the center that this raft sticks into. Nope, nope. One. Am I stupid? 1, 6, 5. Sure. Just have a little bit of. Let's make it a little bit shorter because, like, this thing's gonna have some sort of violent expansion of gas on the inside of it. So I gotta keep some solid material where I can. Inside. Of course, this is it. Okay, 0.75. Okay, so we gotta have this kind of coat in a little bit. Inside, stop complaining. Inside diameter is 0.49. All right, there we go. And we broke some stuff. Okay, so actually that makes things better. There we go. Much better. Everything's breaking always. Good lord. Okay. Now we're back to where we were. But the aerodynamics is better. Okay. All right, back to where we started, but I wanted to add like a shoulder so that when the propellant pushes the thingy out, there isn't like this wall here, and this will set nicely on the bottom there. And we can even oops, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. We can even set that on the bottom here too. Boom, there we go. Now those are nice and stuck in place. Doohickey V1. Oh man, excuse me. Sorry, I hope I didn't. Oh god, that just blew out the mic. I am so sorry. I swear my like noise gate system just stopped working. I don't know what's going on. So sorry about that. Okay. Okay. All right, so we got that. So every time I like get stuff like set up for streaming, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is a good setup. This is gonna be good, and then it just like stops working at some point again. Like if I sneeze, it shouldn't go through the mic, but apparently now it's doing that. Yes, the drone catcher 9000. Okay, so we will put some sort of propellant back here. Let's see. Now we need to make the kind of net holding device. Just to get a guide sketch of the space that I need to put this thing in, I am going to just get this sketch of that. But no, just the sketch, my dude. And then front plane. Okay. Just gonna set that on the origin, and then is this even? Yes, do it. And all right. Oh, and it's not attached to the thing. Fuck it. Okay, boom. There, now it's locked. Okay, so now we need offset by point. How much is 0.1 inch? I hate working in inches. It sucks. .025. All right, so this is gonna be just like the little bottom. So I need to create this kind of like net carrier thing or slingshot part of the drone fucker upper. Uh, and I'm thinking it could kind of key in and just kind of like at least have kind of like a locator pin at the bottom here that would like keep it steady. So that's what this is right here. What the fuck? Okay. Bro. Oh, come on. My stream messed up? If anyone's watching, is my stream still working? Okay, it is still working. Sorry, my stream failed on my side, but not for anyone else. Okay. And these are all just guidelines, so. Alright, so this is the bottom of the. What would you call it? Almost like a sabot, except for the sabot like is around encapsulates some sort of projectile, whereas this, okay, it's a net sabot, we'll call it. Okay, and I do want to create the pipe pieces in this model as well, so that or at least like, let's see, 0.675 divided by 2. .675, right? Yep. Cool. Because then I need to build around these to create this like sabot. So I'm gonna put these temporarily into this model as well. Only my dude. There we go. All right, we're gonna make this 3.5 inches tall. It should go past it. 4 inches tall. So now we're gonna make like the main body of this doohickey. Technical term. really resisting the urge to make Shinzo Abe contraption jokes about this. I don't know how many of those I can make until my stream gets deleted. Biblically correct Mickey Mouse. Okay. There's that. Alright, this is probably not going to work, but that was we do. It's just going to work like that? What the hell? Wow, that was easy. Add to new folder. Glide tubes. Let's make these black so we can. Okay. Okay. The drone. And then this body gets a little fucking weird down here, but wondering if just fillet these, if that'll make it any better. It will not. It will not. Yeah, this is a real uncomfy shape down here. Ooh, there we go. Slightly less odd shape, possibly? Like, I want nice, smooth. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Oh, what am I doing? I can just click this button. Bam. Alright. Okay, so this is the sabo or carrier for the net that holds, or yeah, the net, and then it will need little kind of like clampies to attach to little metal rods that go down these pipes, and then this thing will probably just kind of like plop out when you fire it, but the pins and the net will fly out at like at an alarming rate. Let's see. Just to see. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Yes, it will. Oh, but it don't like something in there. Why? Why? Why must you do this? Or why though? Mm, mm, mm. Sabo. Sabo? Sabot, is it? Sabo rounds. Sabot. Okay, there's a T. Just a silent T. Bop, bop. Eight. That's fun. I like this goofy ass shape. It's fun. See how goofy we can make it before it breaks. And then is it touching? Okay, so that's too goofy. I didn't think there is such thing as too goofy, but there is. Still touching, it looks like. Damn. 1.5. I don't even know what that's directed at. Why are these? Okay, diameters. What's... Okay, so that doesn't touch anything. Just trying to adjust this so it has the maximum amount of space and kind of like touches just barely there. It's hard to tell though. Okay, we can actually look right there. Yes. Okay. So now we can verify whether it touches anywhere. It does look like it does there, though. That's a shame. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't look like we have any contact there now. Cool. All right. So we have our Sabo thing. Let's make it purple, because why not? There we go. Is it still gonna break when I do this? Whenever Solidworks takes a long time to do something like this, I'm just like waiting for it to crash. Oh. Oh, it didn't crash. Fuck yeah. Okay. But the problem is I don't actually want it to do this shell all the way down there. So we're gonna kind of slice it first. Give it like an inch of solid plastic before we slice it. I think so hard. Okay, boom. What? Let me split it. What the heck? Feature. Why is split grayed out? Am I crazy? What the heck? It's crazy. That's wild. I've never had that happen before. I should just be able to split it with the surface. That's crazy. Okay. I guess not. Now I gotta wait for this to do this all over again. It's unfortunate. I need to think of a better way to do this that's not like taking this long to process each time. Because I feel like if it's like taking so long to process this shell command that like something's fucky with it. And now. And now. Oh my lord. Okay. Yeah, it's like doesn't really want to do much right now. So I think something's messed up with this command somehow. There. It's a much better shape. Sorry, this part is boring. I'm just waiting on Solidworks to figure its shit out. Run this. There we go. All right. It seems like a better shell. It's probably too thick, just in terms of 0.1 inches. Whatever. We'll just go with it for now. Okay, and then I do kind of want to make the overall shape a little bit better. This might be kind of not great looking, but we'll see. I was right. That looks horrendous. Just don't really want it to just be flat at the top. Okay, that's fine. Just... Okay. And it forgot that it's supposed to be purple, of course, because it's Solidworks and it's fucking trash. Okay. So there's that. So the net goes inside of that. And then now, I shouldn't have closed that because it does need little, like, bits that hold these bits. All right, so now we need to make the little projectile that goes in here that the net is attached to. Trying to think of how to make that. It's like, I want it to be heavy, so I do need it to like have metal. But the chances of finding a piece of metal that like fits really smoothly into here are pretty low. So I feel like it's got to have like a 3D printed plastic sheath around it. So it could essentially just be a bolt with a 3D printed plastic sheath around it. Let's go to McMaster-Carr, my only friend. Ooh, this is a good promising because then it could the rope, the net could be attached to this eyelet. That is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Yeah, I like that. Picasso. Okay, keep that open in one of my tabs because I would like it to be a little bit longer. Sticks too far out. It's about the same size. Ooh. So I like that. Because then it's weighted and it will go like most of the way down the barrel here. Yeah, if it's too heavy, it won't go very far. So I'm thinking actually to do the smaller ones. Bro. Okay. So we got this, and then 3D print kind of like a sheath for it. And then the net can be attached through the eyelet. Bro, don't. You fucked. Just parallel. I just need it to be parallel. There we go. Okay. Three, 8. Four, 8.9. Bro, what did I fucking do? 8. Okay, there we go. 5. That's fine. Boom. Okay, we got their nice handy dandy sketch. 1.25. Let's see. Bolt. Let's see. Projectile. Oh, what? Is this in millimeters? Oh my lord. I did all this and I did it in millimeters instead of inches. What is this, a projectile for ants? Fucking shit. Okay. Yeah. 0.675. 0.45. Point. Oh wait. 485. 3. Okay. That was embarrassing. Okay. Alright, where else is this still fucked up? Oh. Okay. There you go, much better. So. Now we have our threaded piece. Let's see, let's just mate that in there. Boop. Boop. Okay, and I'll add threads to that later. So basically we have a plastic 3D printed little sheath that holds onto this metal bolt with an eyelet. And then this will be tied to the net that goes inside this jellyfish looking, deep sea jellyfish looking dingus here. And then let's see, let's make this different color. Oh. Okay. So we have our projectiles in here. And then they're weighted by these steel bolts with these eyelets in them, which then you would tie some like uh nice strong. I'm trying to like they use like Kevlar rope or something for like the drone catching nets. But some sort of fancy strong rope, and then there would be a net folded up and stuffed into this thing. And then when you fire it, these things fly out and it pulls the net out. And then it goes around the drone. And then you don't blow up. Hopefully. Unless you miss and then you blow up. Just gotta make this look slightly nicer. Save. Pretty sweet. Okay. All right. So now we need some sort of propellant for this. I don't want this like the point of this to remain. Let me see if I can make that happen really quick. Break. Bro, stop. It's not really gonna work that way, is it? Okay. I think there's got to be a more simple way of doing this. I want to keep this point in here. I still don't understand how my split feature is grayed out. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Oh my god, why are you thinking so hard? Oh my gosh, it's something to do with this bug where I had to do something weird to get my. Yeah. Oh, that really sucks. Okay, well, I guess I can't do that. That's really, really lame. Okay, just kidding. Guess I'll go fuck myself. Yeah, Solidworks has this really crappy bug right now that means I had to like do some silly command to get it to even start up, which disconnects me from some of their services until they pull their fucking heads out of their asses. But I could cheat and do it this way, probably. No, dumbass. Directional, no. My dude. Alright, well, that sucked. Okay. There we go. Now we can continue this. So it has kind of a collector thing there still. Until until SolidWorks pulls their head out of their asses and fixes the thing and makes it so I can do the thing. Till then, this will have to work. And this flat section will provide like a good spot for the support because this will need a support right here when I print it. Okay, so now I need to create like the body of the launcher. Sorry, excuse me, I got hungry. So we're gonna figure out the propellant of this later. It's either gonna be a CO2 canister or like a shotgun shell blank or a rifle casing blank, depending on what the legality of all that is. I've yet to figure that out. And I don't really want to overstep my bounds here until I know, so I'm going to leave that blank. I'd say it's pretty cool so far. I did forget one part. Wanted to have these things kind of like attached to this piece, so like reloading would be kind of just like a. And I think how we can get away with that is to have these like kind of like loops attached to this piece that go in between this and this. Oh, it's still touching that there. God damn it. I'll deal with it later. And I made it not flat on top of this, but now I'm realizing that making it flat would make it much easier to print. So, tragically, we have to make it not so pretty. 3D sketch. No, just kidding. I lied. Okay. God, 0.09. I hate working in like imperial units. It's so irritating. My dude. Okay, there we go. Oh. No, this is a flat surface. Just let me sketch on this flat surface, please. It's a flat surface. You're fucked. There we go. Sketch. Sketch, sketch, sketch. Good. I hate Solidworks, but I use it every day because I want to torture myself. Bruh. Oh, of course. There we go. Oh, so fucking irritating. Dude, just keep it the same color, my dude. These motherfuckers better be glad I lived so far from France. I'd be at the fucking front door of their stupid software development company. What the fuck? It's not gonna work. Okay, that's nice. Don't think so fucking hard. Just do the thing. Come on. You're just software. Just a fucking tool, my dude. Just do what I want you to do. Ugh. Bro. Why do you have to do it everything in the most inconvenient way? I fucking hate Solidworks so much. Okay, I reload it. Alright, so we got our Dangus here. And you can see that our Dangus fits into the other dingleberries to create the dungle. These are all very specific technical terms. And that is this. This is that. That's fantastic. Hmm. All right, so then this needs to fit into kind of like the main body of the launcher. Oh. It's interesting because I was thinking, I don't know if I want all this space here. Because like I want to force as much air out. So having like this expansion chamber down here seems kind of counterproductive. So I wonder if this entire loft here is useless. And then we just do this. I don't really claim to know much of anything about. To just select the fucking thing, my dude. I don't know a ton about like physics and thermodynamics, I will be honest. Okay. Tweet. What are these little splotches here? Let's get rid of those. Goodbye. Thank you. Alright, so that's much better. Alright, so if you are just joining us, we are designing a drone fucker upper based on this one I saw that's a prototype in use somewhere around Ukraine. This one appears to be like a modified underbarrel grenade launcher. Obviously, we as civilians don't get underbarrel grenade launchers. So I am going to make a similar drone fucker upper with stuff you can get from the hardware store that will probably be CO2 powered, so that it is legal for you to own. So we have these steel bolts with eyelets on them, encased in these kind of bullet-shaped pieces that are kind of like the main body of the projectile that are into these metal pipes that you can get at hardware store, McMaster Car. And then you tie a net in between these, probably like, I don't know, like a 3 foot by 3 foot net, maybe, let's say. And then you tie it to this and you fold it up and you stuff it inside of this like jellyfish looking deal in the middle. And this acts as like a carrier, a sabot, which keeps that from tangling up and like getting all over. And then when it's fired, you can see in this picture the sabot, the little plastic thing will just fall out. But it allows, you could see that the sabot thing is like attached to these pieces in the beginning. So you can kind of reload it by just attaching a new one of this with these things and the net already kind of in one. stick that in there, and then it's like ready to go. Um, yeah. And then now we need to design the kind of main body of the launcher with like a little handle and a trigger. I'm thinking it's probably going to just like utilize like a standard AR pistol grip, just so you can get one off that from wherever. Or print your own. All right, so let's make the main body of this thing. So I want it to kind of, I want it to just kind of slide into this thing. Why does that not follow that? That's so annoying. I don't like this lump. That's not the direction that goes, so, my dude. That's a bit better. A little suspicious in parts, but that's fine. Alright, so this is going to kind of like slide into another piece, let's say. Alright, so that can still be 3D printed with almost no supports. Let's angle it sideways so we can kind of visualize this better. Front plane sketch. Doop 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 doop. .01. Oh, I guess I need those for the thing. Huh? Okay, so in here's where mystery stuff happens. We'll figure out mystery propulsion system at some point. Let's kind of make this look a little bit better, actually. Don't get mad at me, 'cause you do-do-do-do-boop-bop. I can't do that. Solidworks should be bullied. All right. This kind of we could base this thing off of a. Let's see. AK-47 under barrel launcher. Images. God damn. Why? What's that, dude? Honestly, just every time they update Windows, it just gets fucking worse. Alright, so there's mystery bullshit happening inside here. We'll figure that later. I do like the idea of the trigger being kind of like in line in the body here somewhere. I think that's pretty sweet. Let's just make a tube first, and then we'll cut from the tube. If you know what I mean. It's not dangerous if it's pink. Oh no, no, no. Okay, so we got Dingleberry. All right, then I need to pull the sketch for. You look at my rifle stock model so that I can remember to get the sketch for the AR handguard. Oh, cancel. Yes, cancel. Yes, cancel. Okay. Oh, that's from an earlier sketch. That's the sketch. There. That's the one I was looking for. Oh my god, of course it comes in like fucking upside down and backwards. It's so fucking annoying. Okay. Alright. So. Okay. I do need this part, don't I? The radius of that. 6 millimeters. Where's the M key? 6 millimeters. Two, 5. Sure. Like, we could cheat and just make this use an AR trigger. I've heard it. Kind of pointless. No. Brother man, brother man, brother man. Actually, let's just do that in the center. What am I doing? Move. Perfect. I think that's where it was already, but whatever. All right. Here's that. Just do it. How about that? Brother man. Oh, God. There we go. Bam. All right. So now at least we can see that in there. Then we still need trigger and trigger guard and the interior mechanisms. But I'd say that's a pretty decent start. Save. Assembly. I'm just taking a couple of screenshots for use later. Okay. That is pretty sweet. I'd say that's about it for today. Okay, so we got pretty far. I'd say that was some good progress. Let me just pull up the picture so we have a little picture while I'm chatting. Okay, so we got definitely some good headway on this project. I need to do some more research on like how to provide propulsion for this thing legally. Because there are definitely some ways that I could do this and make it a crime. But I would like to not do that. So I'm thinking some sort of compressed air, because then it would fall under a different kind of umbrella of just like launchers, kind of like a potato gun or something. So I need to create some sort of compressed air powered like propulsion system, and like the difficulty with that is like I don't know how to get the puncture the little CO2 canister and then get all of the, and then after you like puncture the hole, I need to route all the air into the chamber without having like a bunch of stuff in the way, including like whatever sharp bit punctures the thing. So I gotta figure that out. Yeah, because it would be fun to like print and make this thing. Do some IRL testing. I'm not gonna shoot at a drone because I can't afford a drone, let alone a drone to break immediately. But you could like throw a tennis ball and then try and catch the tennis ball with it. It would be like a good test, I suppose. Yeah, pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I am on spring break from school, so I will have more time next week to stream than just the Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm gonna try and work on this more heavily next week. And maybe also do some gaming stuff, some fun spring break gaming. So tune in for that next week and maybe this weekend. I don't know. Hope everyone has a good weekend.